What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're a bit late with today's video, apologies for that, but my house is a mess. How I mentioned the other day, I'm doing a bit of a renovation at home, so everything is messed up at the moment. That's why I don't have the camera on, and probably I won't be using the camera for the next 1 week or so till I manage to finish everything around me and stuff, just 'cause I have no space to use the green screen, no space for anything at the moment. In today's video, guys, we're gonna talk about my Platinum Arena push that I had this morning. We're back at it, guys. And on top of it, out of nowhere, as a surprise, the 4th anniversary started. When I'm seeing this events tab right here, I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Avengers, that sign there, the way they made the logo for the 4th anniversary. And I'm quickly gonna give you my take on it before we move over to talk about the arena reset. I haven't actually had a chance to make a video on the event and everything that we have on. I'm gonna give you a quick take on it. I'm not very impressed by the moment with everything that we have. It feels like the Elhain's Path event, the Path of Light event, is really lacking on rewards. It's very, very weak at the moment. So we managed to get the Titan points. Those are, of course, the things that we need the most. And if we're looking at a 4th anniversary Titan event, yeah, we do have different milestones, right? Up to 5 different ones. We're getting a Sacred Shard, a Legendary Skill Tome. But honestly, it feels like we're kind of like paying the price with the rest of the events. Like, I have the Dragon Tournament right here. I've done it to collect the Titan points, but here we are, like, Platinum points actually just sneaked in there and took the Ancient Shard. Is actually disappointing to see 50 Platinum points. They're useless. Just give us back our Ancient Shard from there. Like, I prefer an Ancient Shard all day long over the 50 useless Platinum points. So basically, they're kind of like pinching rewards here and there to compensate for the rest. The event, the Anniversary Titan event, my bad, looks decent in terms of rewards and stuff, but again, it's not too crazy. We are getting the avatars that I showcased in the other video yesterday. We're getting some essence, we're getting some soul stones, a sacred shard, we're getting these chests that could potentially roll better. I wish this would have had the bigger stone in here, the eternal soul stones, considering that we're not able to pinch one on the milestones, you know. But that's pretty much everything about the event. I'm not very impressed with it. Last year the anniversary was kind of meh, was actually crap. We didn't really have anything going on. 2 years ago, again, wasn't that impressive, so don't expect anything crazy. And we got 125k silver from these amazing chests that have such a lovely RNG. But that being put on the side, we're back at it, Platinum Arena. This was my defense, guys. So I had Mortu, Uko, Marichka, and Warlord. I didn't keep Duchess in defense today because I wanted to try something different. My defense actually did fairly decent. I was good with the defense. Now, in terms of offense, this will be kind of like my main team that I'm using today. I'm using a Warlord, a high accuracy Warlord, a pretty fast Duchess on Stone Skin. Of course, I have Baron as the main DPS, and I have a high resistance Skymar to reset the skills. And not to reset when I get locked, mainly just to be there and reset the skills every now and then. Sometimes it might happen that I might get locked if a 3% chance drops on Warlord, and that's pretty annoying when it happens. You know, that 3% chance is just not gonna get out of my mind, like, ever. There are quite a few solid teams. Just looking at it, I think I could have done quite a bit better, but hey, I'm just getting back into it. I've done an arena reset last week and 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I managed to get number 13. Last week, I got number 100 because I lost like 2 offense fights and my defense didn't do that amazing. So I'll be switching in between speed lead, attack lead. It really depends what sort of teams I'm attacking. Like right here, I've seen that is a Yumeko. They tend to be pretty fast with a decent amount of accuracy, and we want to make sure we're not getting locked. So I have double nuke after Kai'Ma reset, so Baron actually gets to use the A4 multiple times. That will actually help me to wreck the opponent much faster. Now, Stone Skin, it is holding us back every now and then. Unfortunately, we cannot use bombs against every single Stone Skin team out there. I am working a bit to improve my bomb team. Maybe for next reset, hopefully I'm gonna be able to do it. Now, I definitely stayed away from Marichka and Taras teams. Teams that had both of the new champions in. I was like, you know what? I'm completely going to ignore them. Like, I don't even see them. They don't exist. They can be so annoying. And even on my defense team, you've seen that I had Marichka. Some people actually use Warlord. Some of them won, some of them didn't. Even though I had Polymorph on 3 different champions. Pretty crazy. They are all gamblers, you know, like, I guess they love gambling. Right here, we got resisted on Yumeko. And that actually is gonna bite us back because she locked our skills. And we're gonna have to slowly deal with it somehow, you know. It can definitely be pretty annoying when it happens. The 3% is definitely not something something good, you know. But here we are. I've got quite a few fights, like at around 1 minute. So I haven't done that amazing today. I gotta admit it. I haven't done that amazing in offense, but hey, we're just working on it to improve. I lost one fight as well, and once we're gonna get to it, I'm gonna explain you. But how I mentioned, this is kind of like the main team that I'm running. Like right there, Taras can be such a massive problem. If this guy would have had a Warlord instead of Dan accurate, it would have been a totally different situation. I definitely feel like his team would have done much better like that, because that Taras fears some of your legendary champions, right? It just feared my Warlord directly. I wasn't able to use my skill, and damn, it actually allowed them to buff, you know, because I had to wait another turn to be able to lock them again. So yeah, Taras is actually very, very powerful. I'm definitely saving my shards for the next 10x on Taras, and hopefully it's gonna be either during the CVC, either around there, because they haven't done one on the Ukrainian champions, and it feels like the right moment to do it, considering that is their 4th anniversary as well. 53 seconds in, and I'm kind of like looking for these sort of teams where they don't have a massive threat all around. And I think this is the fight that we actually lost. And this was a full stone skin except Duchess. Pretty decent. A Gaius would have been amazing here. The only thing is, of course, you don't know if he was gonna get shipped or no. But it could have been pretty annoying, because it would have countered the passive from Marichka, you know. So what's gonna happen right here? We're actually gonna hammer them down, and Marichka is actually gonna revive everyone with the passive. And funny enough, I don't remember it 100%, so I'm not 100% sure about it. But I remember that before, or that always, if Mortu had his passive unlocked and you skipped it because he took a turn and didn't use it, it expired, or because he died, it expired. But how you've seen right there, he actually died, it revived, he didn't got touched, and then he just proc the passive, you know. So we're just checking a bit the defense. He's still doing pretty good. We're 7 minutes in. And again, we're looking for something similar to attack, but I'm not gonna attack that team again, because that RNG and that Mortu really put me off there when Marichka revived them. It's good in a way to know that it can happen to people that are attacking my defense as well. But for some reason, maybe I knew it wrong, but for some reason I really thought that that can happen. And that Kaimar had quite a bit of resistance in there. It resetted the skills on all the team. It's fine, because my Baron literally cut in, and that kind of like put them all to sleep. So Duchess now is not a threat here. We're just waiting for that stone skin to go away, and it's gonna go away slowly. It's not gonna be in there forever. And then it's just about, okay, can we do enough damage to get her down? She had the strength and up. That kind of like reduced my damage by 25%. Definitely not great. Right there, I don't know what happened with Baron. I think he wanted to take a day off, because he just hit like a fart. Like literally, there was no damage from that skill there. I don't know what he did. Even with that strength and whatever, it was just a bit too weak, you know. So we're trying to find another similar team. How I mentioned, there are a lot of mighty Ukos in defense, guys. Like I've told you in yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it yet, check it out. It's kind of like showing you how to build your mighty Uko. How most of the people are building their Mighty Uko for the very high-end Platinum Arena, you know. Right here, I'm kind of like engaging into a bit of a mistake. I see this team looks like a pretty easy farm with Cupidus Venus, but I'm getting a bit slowed down. And I'm actually even worried at this time, because I might lose the fight, you know. I remember that I was in chat with a couple of clanmates and I was like, damn, I just lost the fight. I can't believe that I lost it to this team, you know. But I managed to kind of like bring it back. We're winning the fight, but it's just taking a bit too long. How I mentioned, we engaged in some silly fights here, and it took us a bit longer than it was supposed to, you know. Like some teams, they held us back for like a minute. Some of like this one a bit longer, actually, for like 90 seconds. I usually don't tend to engage in long fights. If something seems off, I'm actually just backing out, you know. But I just didn't want it to give the points now at the end. I was like, you know what, better skip on doing another fight, and at least like this I might have a chance to bring these points home instead of just giving them away for free, you know. So I just stayed and did this fight as well. But how you guys can see, it's a pretty long one. I just got attacked down on Cupidus. That's like, oh damn, he just revived the entire team. I'm like, oh no, not again. But we're gonna manage to clean up slowly. So it's just that Duchess left alive. She's still gonna keep us in here for a few more seconds, but we're getting there. We're almost there. That's kind of like what matters, you know. And the points were not that many either. Were only 9 points, you know, but was still pretty good. You see, the defense is actually doing pretty good. We managed to cash in four wins. One of them didn't give us points because it was the same person that attacked me again. Doing a bit of a refresh, try to find something else that could potentially give us something juicy out of it. We have the Harima there. Harimas are actually pretty dangerous too in the right team. We're going for this one. A lot of people are using that Mitrala in there. She doesn't really bring such a massive threat to the team. She doesn't revive. She doesn't do enough, in my opinion, to keep her at the moment in these teams, you know. Unless you're really planning to build everything on Stone Skin and you're like, that's it, I'm gonna go on Stone Skin and I want her to cleanse, you know. But you can find ways around it. If not, you're definitely gonna get farmed pretty hard by Astrolite teams. 34 seconds, much better. I wish I would have had like 3-4 fights like this in the last few minutes, but hey, we managed to do that. We managed a couple others. I think I attacked these SP playing guys here, and I found it pretty funny, pretty interesting at the same time. But he had Stone Skin on everybody, including on Ultimate Dead Knight. So that was actually a pretty good counter for Astrolite teams, because you're not gonna be able to bomb him because of Ultimate Death Knight's passive, and he had immunity from Necret, you know. And that was actually a pretty interesting combination here. I liked seeing it, you know. I thought that was a great idea, but pretty funny, right? To see Stone Skin on everybody, and then you see Ultimate Death Knight getting protected by Necret. Still, he's farmable, so that's not a problem. If I would have used an Eye Lily here with an Astrolite to strip the bombs from Ultimate Death Knight, the buff, sorry, and then land the bombs on everybody, it would have been such a fast farm actually. But I gotta build my Eye Lily as well. I gotta make him pretty fast, and on top of it, I do want to give him some damage, right? Like if I don't have enough damage on him, I feel like, yeah, he's pretty pointless. He's just there to use the A1 and nothing else. So maybe I'm gonna build him like that, you know. So we managed to get that in a decent amount of time. Checking a bit of defense, we're still at the same spot, nothing too crazy. We're gonna go for Sin JD here. Taras again, such a nasty champion. Once you lock his team again, it's not much that's going to happen. And I've just seen that Demitrala was on Stone Skin, and I was like, my god, I wish I would have went with a bomb team. It could have been a bit faster, but we're gonna take it like this too, you know. Even though he had that bolster set on, it wouldn't have saved him from a very strong Astrolite, you know, if you have a decent amount of attack. Still, we managed to get this in 26 seconds. And right now I see 30 seconds. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a fight in. I was really ready to take screenshots with the placement for top 50 to have an idea of what's happening right there. Checking a bit the defense, we managed to cash in one more victory, but we got one more loss at the same time. I'm quickly gonna stop this for a second so you see quite a few Ramantus coming here and there, like this Sophie guy. A lot of +4 champions in there, but he went in with Ramantu, you know, and this was the second time he attacked me on this reset, so I would assume he managed to do it in a fairly decent time, you know. And GG's, but a lot of gamble with Ramantus, you know. Definitely a lot of gamble. And yeah, that's pretty much how my defense did. You've seen we lost a couple of fights in defense. We won like 4 or 5 of them. I think that was fairly decent. In attack, we lost one. How you guys noticed, that was kind of like for the last few minutes, 15 minutes in there. We finally got the reset in. Somebody attacked me after it ended because I got pushed to gold 4. So that means that somebody just won after the Platinum Arena reset ended. And we managed to bring in a number 18, guys. Fairly decent, honestly. I think it went pretty good considering that I've been a bit slow on my offense. We lost one fight, so I'm pretty happy with the result. Let me quickly show you the champions that I used today in offense. How I mentioned, I kind of like used one team mainly, so I'm gonna showcase you that. This is my Baron right here. I really need to get him to a +4. Definitely, that's gonna give me more crit damage. It's gonna give me a bit of more attack, and I'm gonna be able to put more crit damage because I'm gonna have to drop the crit rate. You know, the shield at the moment is not great. These are his total stats: 9,200 attack, not very fast, 100 crit rate, 320 crit damage, and I have Soul Reaper on him. That's definitely gonna help you quite a bit. And then masteries, we have offense and defense 3, and I have Helm Smasher as a tier 6. The more defense we ignore, the better, you know, the more damage we're dropping on. Then I had my resistance Kymar, and this is gonna be a low resistance one. Actually, I'm just messing with you guys. It's actually a pretty high resistance. He's on a stone skin set, a 2-piece one, and an untouchable. Total stats on him: 60,000 HP, 3.7k defense, 248 speed, 912 resistance, 238 accuracy. So how you can see, I don't really have accuracy on him. I focused on getting a resistance. It's actually crazy what sort of stats we can achieve now, and he's not even a +4 yet, and he's not awakened to a higher star. If I'm gonna awaken him to a higher star, I'm gonna get resistance to like 4-star is where I want to be. That's gonna put me almost to 1,000 resistance with him at 4-star at +4. If I get a better pair of boots, I can get him to 1,000 resistance, which is absolutely nuts. Masteries, we have a defense and support 3, of course, tier 6 for having unshakable on him. And I went with the support 3. Mainly, I have enough accuracy to help me in PvE content, you know, more or less. On the very high stages of the Doom Tower, I don't, but it's still working all the way up to that, you know. Then I have my Warlord. How I mentioned, he's a high accuracy one. He's built on 3 perception sets, and I have 63k HP, 3.8k defense, 348 speed, almost 800 accuracy. And yes, not many people will resist with this sort of accuracy on your Warlord, especially if they don't have a resistance aura. You've seen we got resisted a couple of times on some champions. Maybe a +4 Duchess, yes, it can have enough resistance to resist me without the aura, but non-empowered champions will just not have enough resistance. So that's another thing to keep in mind, which is pretty annoying. And I'm gonna show you my Duchess as well, my offense Duchess. And that is just around the corner. Where is she? She's on a full stone skin set, actually. Let me put it like that, 6 pieces. And we have her at almost 100k HP, 3.6k defense, almost 300 speed. And I haven't really prioritized resistance, accuracy, or anything like that. And these are the masteries. This is the same Duchess that I'm using in Hydra and other content like that, you know. But that was all for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more arena videos. Let me know how you did on a platinum reset if you pushed. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.